Hey, shalom, shalom. Bear me for a second. Just want to make sure I check the live, make sure everything's running smooth. So bear with me for 1 second, brothers. All right, everything sounds pretty much good. All right, before we get started, as always, got to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rachahakwadash. Giving double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone have taught us this truth that are constantly ruling well through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai. Shalom to the sincere brothers, the believers that's pushing this word wholeheartedly in truth and sincerity, not wavering to the left nor to the right, but constantly stand on that straight and narrow, fighting for your crowns in these last days that we are truly living in. This is the brother Ira coming back with another lesson to Lord willing edify and feed the lambs of the Lord. Okay. And I taught this lesson, Jewminate, Kanye, and you can do nothing against the truth but for it. Okay, dealing with the whole situation. All right, with Ye speaking on Israel and how that these so-called Jews are not the people of the Most High. Okay, which is true, you know, and it stirred up controversy. But as the scriptures say, matter of fact, I'm gonna start with it. All right, in 2 Corinthians, the 13th chapter. Okay, let's get that real fast. 2 Corinthians 13:8. For we can do nothing against the truth, but for the truth. Okay, all right. So the fact that Ye was speaking on Israel, okay, and saying that he is a Jew, all right, which the Jews consist of the so-called Negroes, West Indians, which would be the Jamaicans, all right, and Haitians today, okay, all right, that would be the Southern Kingdom, okay, but then also in Israel, okay, because you have the rest of the remaining tribes, all right, which would be the so-called Puerto Ricans, so-called Mexicans, so-called Brazilians, Colombians, you know, Native American Indians, Seminole Indians, okay, we would consist of that would be consisted of the Israel. All right. Now, the fact that what was being spoken of, all right, from Ye in his interviews, okay, it sparked all type of people to speak on these things, and then it sparks up controversy and interest for those who don't know, because we still got uh Jake out there that don't know who they are. All right. And this right here, because Ye does have over like 30 million followers, right? Means that now you can stop believing the narrative that has always been pushed, okay? And see that the truth is out there, okay, for you to look in for yourself, so that way you can get the knowledge, all right, okay, and convert back into your nationality, all right, which was beaten out of us, okay, in slavery, all right, you know what I'm saying? But the Lord did raise up the apostles, okay, he raised up his men, all right, to prophesy and speak these things, okay, and since the Lord has woken his men up, his men have been speaking on these things, all right. And see, there's nothing that you can do against the truth before. Let me read that again. 2 Corinthians 13:8. For we can do nothing against the truth, but for the truth. Okay. And mind you, we already knew, starting with the apostles, elders of Great Millstone, that there was going to come a time where, you know what I'm saying, they was going to rise up, okay, against us. That's why a whole lot of censorship is going on. That's why certain characters are set up, all right, to come against this truth, okay. But you cannot do nothing against this truth but for it, all right, okay. Matter of fact, let me go over to Acts the 5th chapter, okay, because everything is done at an appointed time, all right. Where there is going to be a time where we're not going to be able to be out on street corners. There's going to be a time where we're not going to be able to put up lessons, okay. So now is the time to get it now for yourself, as the scripture say, now is a high time to wake out of sleep, okay. So I'm gonna start with let me see, where should I go? You know what, let me see. Yep, I'm gonna start right here. Acts chapter 5 verse 34. It says, then stood up there one in the council, a Pharisee named Gamaliel, all right, which Gamaliel's name is very spiritual, all right, it's Gamal, Ya'Allah, okay, which means a rewarder of the Most High, okay, a doctor of the law, had in reputation among all the people, and commanded to put the apostles forth a little space, and said unto them, Ye men of Israel, take heed to yourself what ye intend to do as touching these men. For before the days rose up, Thudius, boasting himself to be somebody, to whom a number of men, about 400, joined themselves, who were slain, and all, as many as obeyed him, were scattered and brought to naught. After this man rose up Judas of Galilee in the days of the taxing, and drew away much people after him. He also perished, and all, even as many as obeyed him, were dispersed. And now I say unto you, refrain from these men, and let them alone. For if this counsel or this work be of men, it will come to naught. All right. And you see, since the apostles, elders of Great Millstone have been on a YouTube world, all right, 07, okay. You know, look how much this word has spring forth. All right, it's like a wildfire that you cannot contain. All right, and this is all through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai, because what, this word must be pushed throughout the planet Earth in order to hit the ears of the hopeful members of the elect. Okay, all right, and it's all through this word of preaching, because that's all we do is just preach this word and give it to you in its truth. All right, we don't come with carnal means, we don't come with gimmicks. Okay, we give it to you in its entirety. All right, just as the Lord commanded us to do. Okay, and in doing so, all right, look how the impact it has had on the whole world. All right. Matter of fact, let me get this real fast. All right, Baruch, the 5th chapter. This is Baruch chapter 5, verse 5. It says, Arise, O Jerusalem, and stand on high, and look about towards the east, and behold, thy children gathered from the west unto the east by the word of the Holy One, rejoicing in the remembrance of the Most High. All right, because it is this word which does what? Stir up our pure minds, okay, by the way of remembrance. Okay, matter of fact, let me get that. Okay. 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 1. It says, This second epistle, beloved, I now write unto you, in both which I stir up your pure minds by a way of remembrance. So what did we lose that we need to remember again? Our heritage, okay? Jeremiah 17:4. Our heritage was beaten out of us. We were discontinued from it. Matter of fact, let me get it, because I don't like quoting so much. I'd rather just get it. It's Jeremiah 17:4. Okay. Jeremiah 17:4. It says, And thou even thyself shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thine enemy in the land which thou knowest not. All right, which this land is America, all right, where we were both held in captivity together, the so-called Negroes and the so-called Hispanic tribes. Okay, we were placed in this land to serve our enemies as a portion of our punishment. Okay, so in us serving this captivity, we lost our heritage, we lost who we are, we lost our nationality. All right, we were actually forced to believe and be indoctrinated into the oppressor's ways. All right, which who is ruling on high as of today? Esau, Edom, and their people. All right, that's why I'm gonna go into this next video dealing with Michael Rapapapa, however you say his last name. All right, which he looks like he describes himself as a so-called Jew, but I believe that he's a Israelite. All right, okay. But let me keep reading. It says, For ye have kindled a fire in my anger, which shall burn forever. Okay, so now let me go over here to this video. All right, right here, Michael Rapaport. Okay, all right, he admits Kanye is right about the Jews and the Jewminate. That's where I got the first portion of the title of this lesson, because I thought that was funny. He's more like a comedian. You know, if you know about him, he's always around Jake, but he kind of goes in and explains, you know, about this how all these different so-called Jews, they're pretty much behind everything in the society. Okay, that they're the doctors, they're the lawyers. You know what I'm saying? They're the ones in the music industry, the entertainment world. They pretty much run everything in the society. Show you that when you do a process of elimination, you go through the scriptures and you see that how Israel is really not up on top right now. They're the head and we're the tail. Okay, so let's play some of this. Let's listen to it closely.
But he was all over the place, and everything comes back to the Jewish media. And I have some groundbreaking news for you, Kanye West, and anybody else out there who's been accusing the Jews, the Jewish media, of controlling everything. You guys are right. Jewminate is real. Jewminate is really real. I don't know how the code got cracked. I don't know who gave up the passwords, the codes, who gave up the information to Kanye West, but Jewminate is real. It's always been real. Oh, it's always been real. And us Jews, because we all know each other. We all have each other's phone numbers. There's actually a text chain that was created, I'd say in about 2019. All of us are on there. All the Jews, not just the ones in the Jewish media. There's a text chain of Jewish doctors, Jewish lawyers, Jewish jewelers, of course, the Jewish media and Jewish Hollywood, collectively and separately. Somehow, some way, Kanye West got word of these text chains of the Jewish lawyers, Jewish doctors, Jewish jewelers, of course, Jewish Hollywood, the Jews who run Hollywood, and the Jewish media. He infiltrated it.
Which Kanye didn't infiltrate it. He just rubbing elbows with these Edomites, okay? You know what I'm saying? And that was all through the spirit and probably how about Shema Shai to actually allow this man to sit down with Donald Trump, all right, to make these different deals, all right, which now they're pretty much castrating Kanye because of what he was speaking on, all right, you know, going on Drink Champs, you know what I'm saying? He also went on before even Drink Champs, he went on the podcast with LeBron James, all right, show you that a lot of these entertainers, LeBron James, Diddy, you know what I'm saying? Who else? Ice Cube, you know what I mean? They're all controlled and full of shit, not willing to stand up or make anything or make any statements, okay? Because when Kanye went on LeBron's podcast, they didn't even want to put that on the air because they knew what type of controversy and how they would get caught up in the mix of it, okay? Show you that Yahweh Shema Shai is doing something in Israel right now. Yahweh Shema Shai is doing something in Israel, okay? But like Michael was speaking on, okay, how they have these connections amongst each other, right? They're the jewelers, they're the doctors, they're the lawyers, right? They're the ones in the music industry. They're the ones behind closed door. Why? I show you that the curses that are upon them do not apply that are upon us. Show you that they can't be the people of Yahweh by Shema Shai. Okay. All right. Matter of fact, let me grab that real fast. Let me go to Psalm 73. Okay. So make that point. Psalms, the 73rd chapter. Okay. This is Psalm chapter 73. Let me see. Bear with me for a second. All right. Psalm 73, verse 5. Okay. It says, they are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. Now, I want to read this in the NLT as well. Okay. Get the different Bible translations. All right. The NLT, New Living Translation. It says, they don't have trouble like other men. They're not plagued with problems like everyone else. Okay. They're not plagued with problems like everyone else. You see, now when you go to the curses on us, all right, does not the scripture say for Israel that we shall go to the enemy for the one of all things? Enemy for all things. Okay. Yep. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 48. It says, therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee. Okay, there it is again. In hunger, okay, and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things. Okay, because you got certain jakes that got their own clothing line, that got, you know, sneakers and certain things like that. But who owns the corporation? Who owns these big manufacturing companies? Who's the one that's really allowing these ideas and these different products to be pushed out there? It ain't Israel that's making these decisions. Okay, it's those that are the descendants of the Edomites. All right, the wicked are in the rule, and they have control of these things. But we have to go to them to get our clothes, our shoes, our groceries. Okay, you know what I'm saying? And it all comes from them. Okay, it says, and he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee. Okay, and even this portion right here, when you look up the curses, because Deuteronomy 28 chapter goes into the curses of Israel, all right, that still apply to us till this day. Okay, when you actually go into what nation, all right, matter of fact, let's do a process of elimination. Matter of fact, let's just do a quick Google, because that's all it takes is for you to do a quick Google and you can learn something. um Yoke of iron. When you go to yoke of iron and you start looking at the pictures, okay, who's the ones that is showing with the yoke of irons on their neck? All right, that was slavery. That was in slavery. Okay, matter of fact, look at this right here. Okay, see the so-called Native American Indian, which goes into the Gadites. All right, Seminole Indians. All right, and then you see you got the Judite right there. Okay, all right, we were as the scripture said, we were oppressed together. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Look at all the different imageries. Oh, that's different. Yoke of iron. Yoke of iron upon the Hebrews. All right, this doesn't fit. All right, those so-called Jews. Okay, all right, and this is why primarily they don't really want that type of influence to be pushed out there. All right, because yeah, it seemed like yeah we're crazy. You know what I'm saying? We just bugged out. We on the street corners, blowing fluff. No, we actually are telling the truth according to the scriptures. All right, and we're standing bold. All right, as lions. All right, and that's why Esau is really afraid of what we're saying, because Esau knows that we're telling the truth. Okay, matter of fact, let me grab that real fast as well. In Wisdom of Solomon. Okay, the 5th chapter, real fast. Okay, Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5. All right. And I'm going to go back and make another point. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 1. It says, then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him and made no account of his labors. All right. Because now we understand uh, who really built up America. All right. All the adventures of America, how did they come into play? It's all because of Israel. Okay. America was built off of rape, rob, murder, and bloodshed. Okay. All right. And we're still being oppressed until this day. Okay. All right. And they're afraid because they know that what they try to hide from us, and it was through divine intervention that we were going to wake up and stand back upon our feet. And they knew that who they said was the second in command of the heavens and the earth. He's not a so-called white man. He's a so-called black man that's going to come on our defense, on our behalf. All right, and that's what they're afraid of. All right, hearing this type of message that's coming out. Okay, all right. Now even going back to the curses of a process of elimination. What else? Uh, there's something else that I had on my mind as well. Okay. Um, yeah, let me read that again. Deuteronomy 28 and 48. Deuteronomy 28 and 48. It says, therefore shalt thou serve thy enemy, which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things, and he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee. Okay. Now, matter of fact, let me go back to make another point in that. Psalm 73. Let's go to verse 12. Jump down to verse 12. Okay. Psalm 73 and 12. It says, behold, these are the ungodly who prosper in the world. Okay. They increase in riches. Okay. All right. And the scriptures say, matter of fact, let's go over here to Psalms 12 and 8. Okay. Because we know who the ungodly are. All right. Psalms 12 and 8. The wicked walk on every side when the vilest men are exalted. All right. Why do you think they're uh um the most wealthiest? All right. Because in the video I'm gonna play a little bit more. He says that they're all billionaires. They all got money. All right. Why do you think that is? That's not Jake, the average Jake. The average Jake ain't got no billions, even millions, or even in the hundreds of thousands. Okay. Jake is all living off pretty much borrowed time. Broke as hell. Okay, because what the curses say, what we shall have what holes in our pockets. Okay, matter of fact, let me get that as well. I think it might be Nahum. Oh, Haggai, yep. It's Haggai. Haggai chapter 1, verse 6. Ye have sown much and bring in little. Ye eat, but ye have not enough. Ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink. Ye clothe ye, but there is none warm. And he that earneth wages to put it into a bag with holes. Okay, all type of bills we gotta pay. All right, we gotta uh you know penny pinch. All right, that's how Jake is living, penny pinching and doing their best to survive out here. Show you that it does not add up to the real Jews. Okay, those that are saying that they're Jews are not Jews, all right, because they're the false Jews, okay, but they're pretty much they're living it up. Why? Because this is their kingdom, okay, this is their kingdom, okay. And how we know that this is their kingdom? Because everybody has an origin, and their origin goes back into their forefather Esau, Edom, okay. Going back into the curse, I'm sorry, going back into the blessing that was given unto Isaac. Isaac gave a blessing to Jacob and Esau. All right, and Esau right now he's ruling. Okay, he's ruling as of right now. Job 24, Job 9, Job 9. Let me get Job 9 real fast. Job 9 and 24. All right. Job 9 and 24. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. He covered the face of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? Okay. So now we know who the son of perdition is. Now we know um, who the one that is ruling on high, who controls the monetary system, who controls the education system, who controls the laws. Okay. All right. Who controls all these things? Okay. It's the Edomites. All right. Because they're the ones that are ruling. All right. Let me go back to this video, play a little bit more.
But Jewminate is real. And you're right, Kanye. We all are in cahoots. We're all rich. Let me tell you something. Listen, I don't go on TV like you, Kanye, and every other word out of my mouth is saying you're a billionaire, but I'm also a billionaire. And not only am I a billionaire, every other Jew is a billionaire. We're all billionaires. How the fuck did you find out? If we're not all billionaires, we're multimillionaires. Every single Jew that you see on the street is super fucking rich. We're swimming in money. How did you find out Jewminate is real? It's been real. It's a gang. It's a corrupt gang. Fuck the Crips. Fuck the Bloods. Fuck the Latin Kings. Jewminate is who you should be worried about. We are dangerous. I got jumped in. You got to get jumped in. Just being Jewish isn't enough. You got to get jumped in. They jumped me in when I was about 12. It was right before my bar mitzvah. That's usually how it works, Kanye. I don't know if you've gotten this deep in the Jewminate.
You know, he's a comedian. He's funny as hell, man. But you could tell his spirit is animated. But he's not lying though. All right, you know what I'm saying. And they that's why Kanye was talking about, he hates that we don't have these type of positions. His people don't have these type of positions in this, that, and the third. Okay, the way that they got it, because yeah, they're all juiced in. They all know each other. They all are connected. They all got money. Okay, they all protect each other. Matter of fact, there was a recent report that came out about a so-called Jew, right, that actually got caught doing abominations, all right, because he was dealing with a boy, okay, in a hotel. All right, it got blasted on the news. All right, being in a hotel room with a boy for 8 hours, okay. All right, we know what type of activities that they were doing, okay. And in one of the interviews to one of the Jewish dudes that they were talking to, he was basically like, well, they should have came to us first, because what they do is they cover things up, they help each other out, okay, and they try to keep anything that comes out in the media suppressed when it comes down to them, all right. And that's why there's a real big backlash on who these people are. But they are the people, the violence of the earth. All right, matter of fact, let me read that again. Psalms 12 and 8. The wicked walketh on every side when the vilest men are exalted. Okay. And guess what they're doing? They're the ones behind the scenes, okay, calling the shots. And then when they even bring Jake on, okay, because don't get it twisted, they do bring Jake on, but it's order to do their push forth their narrative, all right, or to destroy your own people, okay. That's why when you go into the music industry, you gotta sell your soul. When you go into the music industry, uh you cannot spread that money out into the community, all right, as far as the community where Jake is impoverished at, okay. And when it comes down to the music that you push, it got to be gangster music. It got to be killing your own people. It got to be something that's gonna be destructive to your own people. Being a hoe, you know what I'm saying? A lot like Nicki Minaj, Cardi B's, Meg The Stallions. They gotta push a certain vibration. That's the only vibration that they can push. Because if they try to push anything righteous, they're not gonna get no airtime, no nothing. Okay, you know what I'm saying? So you got a lot of people like Bad Bunny or whoever, these Northern Kingdom tribe that are down with the agenda that push forth that energy, man. Okay, upon who? The real people of the Most High. All right. And why is that? Because everything is all controlled. Okay, things, frequencies, vibrations. All right, they're all real. Okay. Said the Jewminate is real, which we know this. Okay, because there's all type of books. Okay, that are out there. All right. Behold a pale horse. They got the book. Actually, Esau is Edom. You know what I'm saying? They got all type of books where pretty much is exposing um, who these people are and their agenda. And that's why they say if you want to hide anything from a nigga, all you gotta do is put it in the book, because Jake ain't gonna read it. You know what I'm saying? Jake ain't gonna read it, or Jake don't pretty much know about it. Okay, but they do. So let me go over here. I'm gonna play this a little bit right here. It's a part of this little interview. I didn't want to make this lesson too long. Play some of this interview right here with Pierce Morgan.
That right there, being uncensored. In American media, it's very censored. It feels like an episode of Black Mirror a lot of times. So I put myself across the line, the point of no return, saying, "Hey, I know they're gonna say whatever they want about me. When I bring up the truth, they're gonna say you didn't get enough sleep. It's because of your health. They're going to call me names for my truth, but these experiences that I'm telling you about are factually things that I've went through and things that I refuse to keep going through, and things that I'm not going to let my children go through, and things that not going to let my peers go through. No pun intended.
Well, look, we are most certainly uncensored on this show, yeah. And I want to give you the time and the platform to really explain yourself, because I think that sometimes sound bites about people, perhaps taken out of context, sometimes can create a very distorted view of what a person really thinks. What do you think, looking back over the last few weeks in particular, what do you think have been the biggest misconceptions about you?
Well, I think there's a left agenda to silence anyone that goes against the agenda. Let's go back to Trump running for office back in 2015. Everyone that was around me in my industry, in the entertainment industry, told me that my life would be over. I would be on the wrong side of history. I've even had threats to my life for wearing the Trump hat. And it even ended up in, destroying my family, and also making it where I have to raise my children differently, because I actually am a person that's classified as Black. I classify myself as Jew, uh, but a person that's classified that had been given that title in America as Black, in America, that I'm supposed to stay in a.
And see, given that title in America goes back into the scriptures, right? You know what I'm saying? That's how we know. Kanye is not no prophet of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't really get no props, but you could feel like where he's coming from. You know what I'm saying, so to speak. All right, and you know what? I'm glad that Yahweh Shema Shai put the spirit on this dude to actually speak up and say that, because look, shit got to end. All right, all the lies and all the bullshit that's out there that's confusing our people. All right, it will come to naught. Okay, why? Because the truth will prevail at the end of the day. Okay, the truth will prevail. Okay, but look, um, Proverbs and bywords. Okay, let me see. Uh, type byword. Deuteronomy 28 and 37. And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations, whither the Lord shall lead thee. Okay, you see? And that's exactly what we are. We're called black people. And one thing about being black, that is a color that means destitute or destroyed, pretty much. Okay. Nobody is black. Okay. Nor are we from Africa, because Jerusalem is the motherland of us all. All right. We come from the land of Israel. We're from the Middle East. We are the people of the Heavenly Father. Okay. But here in America, we've been classified as red people, yellow, black people. Okay. Giving forth these different stigmatisms. All right. Because what? It was all to confuse us. Okay. Remember, we in Babylon. All right. Babylon goes back into Babal, which means confusion. This is the land of confusion. All right. So majority of the minds of our people here, you ask them a question, well, who are you? They'll tell you they're African American. All right. How can you be from two continents at one time? Okay. It doesn't make sense. All right. But that was the narrative that they push, and no longer can Esau uh, uh, cling on to that narrative, because what the true prophets are out there speaking what according to his heart. Okay, matter of fact, let me get that real fast. All right, um, pastors. Okay. But that's what Yahweh Shemel Shai has out there. All right, the prophets that are speaking according to his heart. All right, his mind, that are going to feed you with knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. All right, to bring you into the truth, whether you accept it or not. Okay, because really, at the end of the day, it's all about the elect getting this knowledge. Okay, waking up to who they are, returning and repenting. All right, from their wicked ways, or being as a Gentile. Okay, coming back into their heritage. Okay, and then guess what? The end is still going to come, because that's all it's been about, is the elect. All right, and once the elect is sealed, the angels can what? Bring about that destruction. I'm gonna get that in the Revelation, and I believe with the 14th chapter, if I'm not mistaken. I'm gonna get that next. Jeremiah 3 and 15. And I will give you pastors according to my heart, which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding. You see, all right. And a pastor is somebody that does what? Lead the sheep the correct way. Okay, because what our people are considered as lost sheep. All right. Matter of fact, let me get that real fast. Matthew's 15. Matthew chapter 15, verse 24. It says, but he answered and said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. You see, so the lost sheep is the house of Israel. All right, so the Lord said, the pastors, all right, his kinsmen, all right, his kinsmen that are going to be of the same nation, same royal seed line, that are going to give you the correct understanding. Okay, to bring you back to the truth. All right, bring you back unto Yahweh Shai. Okay, all right, and that's going to be the job of a prophet. Okay, and that's exactly what we're doing. Okay. All right. So the Lord is using this dude, Kanye, okay, to actually bring forth, Salakia, somebody calling me, to bring forth, all right, more questions. And then questions lead to answers. All right. So who has the answers? The men of the Lord. All right. So it's going to be, more Jake that are going to come inquiring about the truth. Okay. And we're going to have to be there to feed them. All right. Because out of those Jakes is going to be the elect. Okay. In fact, let me see. Let me see. Revelation 14. You know what? No, I'm sorry. It's Revelation 7. Let me for a second. Revelation 7. All right, Revelation chapter 7, verse 1. And after these things, I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, which these winds are representing destruction. Okay. Nor on the sea, nor on any tree. And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living power. And he cried with a loud voice to the 4 angels to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our power in their foreheads. Okay. And what does that seal go back into? It goes back into the exemption of judgment, which is the Hebrew word tawa, found in the book of Ezekiel, the 9th chapter. All right, the exemption from judgment. Okay, because that's what's getting ready to come to the planet Earth, which is judgment. That's why we're entering into perilous and evil times. Okay, that's why the Lord is speeding up the times for the elect's sake, because these Edomites, as they keep ruling the earth, all right, everything will be destroyed while they're in power. Okay, but the Lord has us speaking on what was already spoken about via the way of the prophets of old. All right, and now we're living in those times to where everything is coming to its final conclusion. Okay, everything's coming to a closure. All right, the elect is getting sealed. Yahweh Shai is getting ready to return. All right, and he's getting ready to save his people. Okay. Now let me see. I wanted something else, but I'm gonna go back to that video for a little bit. Let that play for a little bit more.
Block of a vote. You never heard the term white vote. So why is there a term black vote? How is that okay? It sounds just as racist as a black drinking fountain. And my dad, called me and said, the thing that the left fear about Ye or makes me the most dangerous is I'm rich. And that's the point. Tupac told me back in the days, you had to get your money right and then you go to war. So I'm going to war. I don't have endless resources. I only have like maybe, honestly, only maybe $120 million in my account. But what I'm not going to let happen is I'm not going to let my kids take over Yeezy someday and have a boardroom telling them what to do and talking behind their back. I'm not going to let that happen to my children. So I have to fight right now. And the other powerful icons in Black music, when they were at the top of the game, they didn't fight at that point. They were too afraid of losing whatever they had. So by the time they wanted to make a difference, by the time Bill Cosby wanted to buy NBC, he didn't have the Cosby Show at that time to be able to stand up when they wanted to literally throw him in jail, where they actually did throw him in jail. So people have to understand just the bravery. There's so many people everywhere. I know everyone can relate to being afraid to say what you're going to feel because you feel like you're going to lose something. So whether you agree with me or not,
not the elect. That's why we already have our mind prepared. All right, that we're gonna come into the time where it's gonna be demonization. All right, it's gonna be demonization. We know what time it is. They're gonna demonize us. They're gonna roll up on us. They're gonna persecute us. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get snatched up into whatever marked vehicle they have, taken to a unmarked location, whatever. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, the elect are still not gonna bend the knee to this damn devil, man. All right. But we're not afraid because we know that we know the end. All right. We know Esau is gonna go down because the scriptures say that. All right. Matter of fact, let me grab the scripture real fast. Let me go to Job. Let me go to Job 20, okay? All right, because he was only set to rule for a certain amount of time. All right, and the Lord getting ready to that hourglass is getting ready to come to an end. All right, Job 20:5, that the triumphant of the wicked is short and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment. All right, see, the triumphant of the wicked is short. Okay, all right, Esau hasn't even been in power that long. Okay, all right, and ever since he's been in the power, all right, things have become effed up on a worldwide scale. Okay, all right, and who's the one that's best suited and fitted to take this man down? All right, well, the one who gave him the blessing, all right, the one who allowed him to rule with the sword, the one who allowed him to have the fatness of the earth, all right, Isaac, which was Yahushua, okay, and Yahushua is going to come with the innumerable host to take this man down, all right. He's the most one that is best fitted to take this man down. As he has given that blessing, he's the one that can take that blessing away, okay, and that's what we're getting ready to see, and we're speaking on these things, okay, and there's nothing that they can do. So they're gonna come with their demon campaign, their slogans, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna try to make us look bad and whatever. That was something that happened to the Lord. They made the Lord look bad, all right. They conjure up false witness against Yahweh Shai, all right. They did all manner of wickedness against the Lord in order to stop him from preaching the word, all right. But once it was done, all right, he fulfilled his course. All right, and we are no better than the Lord, man. So it's gonna happen. All right, if it happened to the Lord, it's gonna happen unto us. Okay, but we have our mind prepared for these things. Okay. Matter of fact, let me get it real fast. I know brothers bring it all the time. I think it's Isaiah 33 and 6. Yep. Isaiah 33 and 6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time. All right. So what is stability go into? Matter of fact, let's get it real fast just for edification's sake. Stability. All right. Stability. All right. You see right here. Ma one. It's I'm a one now. I'm a one now. Okay. Which goes into the root word, which is I'm a one. Okay. Firmness, fidelity, steadfastness, steadiness. All right. Which goes really into just faith. Okay. All right. Look right here. Faithfulness, trusting. All right. We have trust that as we do the bidding of the Most High, who true name is Yahweh, okay, through his only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, that the Lord's going to do what? Take care of us, all right? Or he's going to still raise us back up if they are to kill off this mortal body, okay? So we trust that the Lord's going to save us or raise us up, and we're going to rise with the Lord when he returns, you see? So we don't have no fear, all right? The Lord didn't give us the power of fear. Matter of fact, let me see. Let me type that in. Power of fear, okay? Because we already know these things. Power of fear. Let me see. Right here, 2 Timothy 1:7. For the most I have not given us the spirit of fear, but of power. You see, we have power in what we know and what we're preaching, and of love and of a sound mind. You see, we're not troubled, okay? We're not thinking in our mind, if we speak up against this man, we're gonna lose all our riches. We don't have shit here anyways, all right? Jake is born here. They're born with nothing and they die with nothing here. All right. So a lot of those celebrities that are afraid to speak up because they're afraid to speak up because they know that Esau has the authority to take everything that they worked hard for, so to speak. All right. Everything that they got by corrupt ways. You see, you know. So we don't have that power of fear. All right, let me read that again. 2 Timothy 1:7. For the most I have not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. All right, because we believe in these scriptures wholeheartedly. Okay, and we know that Yahweh Shema Shai is going to be on the elect side. All right, you know what I'm saying? The scriptures say if you're going to fear him. Matter of fact, let me get that too. Fear him. Fear him. Kill your body. All right. Matthew 10:28. And it reads, it says, fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell. See, that's who we're supposed to be fearing, all right? That's all who we're supposed to be fearing is who? The Most High, all right? And his son Yahweh Shai. That's who we're supposed to be fearing, not Esau, Edom, okay? You know? Matter of fact, let me go to another one. Revelation chapter 20, verse 4. It says, and I saw thrones, and they sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahweh Shai. You see, so John on the island of Patmos, he saw through the vision that it was going to be a time where us brethren that believe in Yahweh Shema Shai were going to be monitored. We were going to be watched. We were going to be located. All right, and we were going to be beheaded. All right, by them guillotines. Okay, you know what I'm saying, for our witness of Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, okay? You know, it says, and for the word of the Most High, and which had not worshipped the beast, okay? The beast going into NATO, all right? North Atlantic Treaty Organization, all right? You know what I'm saying? And in neither his image, you know what I'm saying, going into what? The philosophies, the democracies, all right? The way of life that these Edomites force upon us, okay? Neither had received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands, denying that chip, that CHIP, that they're getting ready to make mandatory to the world. And they lived and reigned with Hamashiach 1,000 years. So we're willing to give our lives in order to reign with the Lord, all right? Which is not talking about just only for 1,000 years. It's talking about that beginning of that first thousand years going to be us restoring the earth, okay, making sure that these heathens clean everything up, okay. All right, because Israel is going to have the kingdom of heaven forever. All right, we're going to live throughout the ages forever and ever and ever, like my man from Outcast say, forever ever, forever ever. All right, so I'm gonna play a little bit more. I'm pretty much gonna close it out. I pretty much already hit the points. I don't want to make this too long, so I'm listening to a little bit more.
God, I believe people are going to feel the fact that someone is brave enough to say something. Every day I do 5 things that people have been historically killed for. Every day. And it's just, I want to prove, first of all, I am Jew also. The 12 lost tribes of Hebrew. Do the math. Do your research on it. We have got.
And I'm gonna leave it right there. That's the message. We are the Jews. You are not. Do your research. Look things up. All right. And as the scriptures say, matter of fact, let me get it real fast. I'll end it with that. Okay. To the brethren that are out there that don't know, hey, all you gotta do is pray to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, pray to His beloved Son, all right, Yahweh Shai, and you're gonna find, okay. Jeremiah 29:13, and ye shall seek me and find me when ye shall search for me with all your heart. You see, so when you search for the Lord, all right, the Spirit's on you. You're going to search these things out, and you're going to find them. All right, and the Spirit will direct you. The Spirit will lead you, okay, to the correct teachers. All right, not these fugazi camps that are out there. You know what I'm saying, acting like they believe in Yahweh Shema Shai. No, we're talking about the men of great millstone, the men that have been standing out there firm and strong. Okay, that have not been compromised. Okay, all right. So the Lord will lead you to the righteous men. Okay, that are solely just about preaching His word. All right, you know what I'm saying, and in hopes of mercy. Okay, it says it. I'm gonna read that again. Jeremiah 29:13. Ye shall seek me and find me when ye shall search for me with all your hearts, and I will be found of you, saith the Lord, and will turn away your captivity, and will gather you from all nations and from all the places where I have driven you, saith the Lord, and I will bring you again into the place whence I called you to be carried away captive, that's the land of Israel. All right. So when Yahweh Shai returns, that's where He's going to carry us back to. He's going to carry us back to our land. He's going to remove all those imposters out of our land. Okay. All right. And we're going to reign on the planet Earth forever, man, throughout all generations. Okay. So, just want to put my 2 cents in. Lord willing, it made sense. Everything I was saying. Lord willing, you were edified. Giving all praises and glory to Yahweh by Shema Shai, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and much love to the brothers that tuned in. I want to say the water to you and brakatham to you and your household. Shalom.